Hi, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. This video is an improver's HATHA flow practice. I'd like to invite you for this practice to really pay attention to the transitions between poses and enjoy those transitions. So instead of thinking too much about what pose we're heading into next, really enjoy that movement into the next pose. When you're ready, come join me on the mat. So we'll start in Tadasana, feet hip distance apart, standing up nice and tall, and just lowering the gaze or closing the eyes. Taking a moment, just drawing the awareness in. Maybe bringing the left hand onto the belly, right hand onto the heart center. Checking in and noticing how you feel within yourself today. Checking in with this moment. Seeing if you can let go of any stresses or tensions and be fully present in your practice. Notice your breath. Breathing through the nose as best as you can. Notice how as you inhale, you press into the palms of the hands and expand through the body. And as you exhale, you settle. And see if you can become aware of that transition. From the base of the inhale to the top of the inhale. And from the top of the exhale to the base of the exhale. With your next inhale, keeping the eyes closed if that feels okay, we'll take the arms out and up. Then exhale, draw the hands down to prayer in front of the heart. And again, inhale, arms out and up. And exhale, draw the hands down to prayer in front of the heart. And once more, inhaling, really stretch into the space all the way around you. Exhale, hands down to prayer in front of the heart. Anjali Mudra. Great. From here, we'll just drop the chin towards the chest. Fingertips coming towards the eyebrow center. Finding a little stretch through the back of the neck and the upper back. We'll release the hands. Walk the feet a little bit wider than hip distance. You can keep the eyes closed, or if it feels better to open the eyes now, then feel free. So the feet can be as wide as the mat if that feels comfortable, or just as wide as feels good for you today. Hands nice and loose, and we're just going to twist from side to side, bending into the knees. Let the hands flow. You can let the breathing flow as you twist. Sometimes it's nice to really sigh the breath out with this one. Let that movement become a little bit bigger. Starting to lift the heels off the mat. Now you can take the gaze with the twist. But at any point if you start to feel dizzy, keep the gaze straight ahead or slow the twist down. We'll bring the arms up a little bit higher towards chest height. Feel that movement through the chest and through the upper back. Starting to wake the spine up. Bring the arms up towards, up above the head. Great. Keep that movement going. I often refer to this as the Muppet twist because it reminds me of Kermit the Frog. So you can channel your inner Kermit the Frog if you like. Great. Then arms back down towards shoulder height. Back down towards waist height, starting to slow the movement down a little. And then allowing that movement to come to a natural end. Just take a moment closing the eyes. Check in with the energy in the body. Hopefully you should feel the energy flowing through the body like electricity after that one. Great. So then keeping the feet the same distance, toes slightly turned out, we're going to reach the arms up to around 45-degree angles, spreading the fingers into star pose. Great. So from here we're going to inhale, really reach, spread the fingers, create that energy through the body, and then we'll exhale and draw the elbows down, bend into the elbows, draw the shoulder blades together towards cactus arms. So we'll inhale, stretch out, exhale, cactus arms. And again, inhaling and exhale. Lovely. We're going to take the right hand behind the back, elbow heading up towards the ceiling. Left hand coming onto that elbow to help draw the elbow in towards the center line. That. We'll release the elbow, stretch the arms out again, spread the fingers. And then left hand coming behind the back. Pop the right hand onto that elbow to help draw that elbow in and back. Wonderful. We'll release the arms. We're going to bring the arms down and then bring them up in front of you, palms facing down. We're then going to take the right fingers to face down towards the mat. And just using your left hand to help draw those fingers in towards you a little until you find a nice stretch through the wrist and forearm. Great. We'll then send those fingers up towards the ceiling, and again using the left fingers to help draw those right fingers towards you. Great. Then we'll release. We'll have the left fingers pointing down towards the floor. Take the right hand to help draw those left fingers a little bit more towards you. Find that stretch. And then sending your left fingers, honestly my rights and lefts today, left fingers up towards the ceiling, drawing those fingers towards you. Great. We'll release those fingers. Draw the hands into gentle fists and just giving the wrists a little circle. One way and then back the other way. Great. And then again, gentle fists. Then we'll exhale, spread the fingers. Again, gentle fists. Then big exhale, spread the fingers. And just once more. Fantastic. Lower the hands down by the sides. We'll just inhale, shrug the shoulders up towards the ears, and then exhale and let them drop. Again, inhale, draw the shoulders up towards the ears, and exhale and let them drop. And just once more, inhaling and exhale. Lovely. We'll heel toe the feet in towards each other, coming to stand in Tadasana again. So I'll just turn around so that you can see the side. We're going to go into some ski swings, but with that awareness of the transition. So instead of just throwing yourself into the movement, really think about that movement from the lifted to the bent. So with an inhale, we're just drawing the arms up, reaching up towards the ceiling. Then as you exhale, good bend in the knees, flow the arms down, reaching back. Then we'll inhale, reaching up. Enjoy that movement as you reach up. Lift the gaze, lift the chest. Exhale, floating down. So even though we're enjoying that transition, you can make it as fast or as slow as you like. So this could be quite a fast movement. It could be a really slow, sumptuous movement. So you choose what suits your body in this moment. Again, it can be really nice to sigh the breath out. So as you inhale and lift, filling the lungs. Then as you exhale and draw the arms down and bend into the knees, sigh the breath out. So just keep moving through these ski swings in time with your breathing. Great, we'll just do one more. Then we'll inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, draw the hands down to prayer in front of the heart. Great, we're going to come into chair pose. So bending into the knees, send the weight back slightly towards the heels. Notice if you've overarched the back, is sticking your tailbone out a little. Just a gentle tuck if that's the case. So we're trying to engage those lower abdominal muscles. Then slowly, with control and with purpose, folding forward, straightening through the legs, coming into Uttanasana, that standing forward fold. Weight slightly forwards towards the toes. Lovely. Hands back to prayer. We'll inhale again. Bend into the knees, coming into chair. Then we'll exhale, straighten through the legs. This time we'll inhale, arms out and up. We'll exhale, bend into the knees. If it feels okay having the arms lifted, stay with the arms lifted. But if it feels better to bring the hands back to prayer, then do. And again, with control and with purpose, enjoying that transition from chair to Uttanasana. So from Utkatasana to Uttanasana. Very similar Sanskrit words for these two poses. Sink into that forward fold. Remember, you can have a really good bend in the knees. Legs don't have to be straight. Imagine the crown of the head is lengthening down towards the mat. Lovely. Then we'll place the hands down on the mat. Step back, downward facing dog. Take a moment, just settle the body into down dog. Maybe walking the heels. Maybe shake the head, nod the head. Think about that tilt of the pelvis, sending the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Great. Then we're going to see if we can float the right leg up into the air. So it doesn't have to go super high. I'm in quite a small room, so my toes are now touching the wall. Great. Try and bring the hips fairly level, really try and lengthen through that right leg. And then slowly, with purpose, bend that right knee in. Draw the knee forwards, tucking it in towards the center, and see if you can step that foot through. So you can always wriggle it forward. You could pop that back knee down and help it forward. Whichever way you do it, again, try and enjoy that transition into your lunge. We'll bring the back knee down, top of the back foot down, and try and lengthen over the right leg. From here, we're going to straighten back towards Hanumanasana. So Ardha Hanumanasana, drawing the toes towards you, straighten through the right leg. Notice if the weight drops towards the left, try and bring it back towards center. Lovely. We'll bend again into that knee, draw the weight forward and see if you can float the arms up, coming towards a crescent lunge. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Then again, slowly draw the arms down. Enjoy this movement all the way back down towards the mat. Hands coming to frame the front foot. We'll tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and step back for downward facing dog. Now in a moment we're going to come forwards into plank. But I'd like to invite you in this movement forwards into plank, rather than just going from down dog to plank. Try and really enjoy that movement. So ripple through the spine, come up onto your toes, roll forwards. Find some really lovely movement into the spine as you come forward. So when you're ready, with an inhale, we'll lift the heels, press up away from the mat as you roll forwards towards the hands. And then coming into your plank pose, elbows tucked in, exhale, lower down onto your front. Untuck the toes, inhale, coming up into cobra, press up away from the mat, shoulders down away from the ears. And as much care coming out as you took coming in, exhale, lower all the way down. Press into the hands, sit back onto the heels, coming back into ancestral worship. Hands stretched out in front of you, sitting the hips back onto the heels, sometimes referred to as extended child's pose, but you'll hear me refer to it as ancestral worship. Check in with the breath. See if you can slow that breath down a little. Then we'll inhale, draw the weight forwards towards the hands again, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Notice if the shoulders have snuck up towards the ears here. See if you can gently draw the shoulders back down away from the ears, create space in the neck. And when you're ready, weight's going into the right foot. We'll float the left leg up into the air. Again, doesn't have to go high, but try and lengthen through that leg. Or if you're like me, press the toes to the wall. Lovely. So then with control, inhale, draw the weight forward, bend that left knee in. And then step the foot through between the hands. We'll lower that back knee down, lengthen over the left leg. Coming into your low lunge, Ashvasanchalanasana. We'll straighten back towards Ardha Hanumanasana. Draw the left toes towards you, straighten through the left leg. You can always walk the hands back up towards you as well. They don't have to stay where they are. But think about lengthening over that left leg, and it'll increase that stretch all the way down the back of the leg. Lovely. We'll bend into that knee, draw the weight forwards, and then sweep the arms up. Lift the gaze, lift the chest. Great. Slowly draw the hands back down towards the mat. Hands framing that front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step back. Downward facing dog. So again, we're really going to enjoy that movement all the way forwards into our plank. So with your inhale, lift the heels, roll forwards through the spine, lift through the upper back, open up through the shoulders as you come forwards into your plank. Elbows tucked in, enjoy that lowering down to the mat. Pop the knees down if you need to. Untuck the toes. Inhale, press up away from the mat into cobra or baby cobra. Enjoy that movement out of cobra as you slowly lower down. Press into the hands. Sit back onto the heels. Have a nice stretch back into ancestral worship. And let the breath settle. Let the body settle. We'll inhale, draw the weight forwards towards the hands. Even with that simple movement, you can enjoy that flow forwards through the body towards the hands. Tuck the toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Into that three-legged dog with our right leg going up into the air. Inhale, draw the weight forwards, bring that right knee in, stepping forwards into your low lunge. And this time we're going to see if we can come into the crescent lunge, lifting the arms up. Then we'll transition into Hanumanasana, keeping the hands off the mat. We'll draw the hands to prayer in front of the heart, straightening through the leg, folding forwards over the right leg into Ardha Hanumanasana. So you'll find this may be a bit wobbly. Try turning the back toes in a little. And imagine drawing the legs in towards the center line. That'll help you engage all the muscles to help stabilize in this pose. Then we'll inhale, bend into the right knee, draw the weight forward, reach the arms up, straighten that back leg back out if you've got it turned in. And then we're going to open out to the right. So turning to the right, opening up through the arms into a twist, looking towards the right hand if that feels okay. If you like, lowering the right hand towards the left leg, left arm coming up and over. Coming out of this with purpose. Draw the arms forward, lower the hands down towards the mat. Lovely. We're going to walk the right toes out a little, turning the toes out. Our left hand is going to be down in line with those right toes. Then we're going to roll onto the edge of the left foot, lowering the left hip down towards the mat. And you can turn the gaze towards the back of the mat if that feels okay. Then we'll reach the right hand towards that left foot, then press into the foot, lifting the hip, reaching up and over with the right hand. From here, we're going to do a fun little transition into Wild Thing if we can. So you can always pop your right fingertips down on the mat, really press into the outside edge of the left foot as if you're doing side plank, because we essentially are. You're going to then see if you can float the right foot up, knee heading up towards the ceiling, and then place that right foot down behind you, ready for Wild Thing. Reaching up and back with the right arm. Great. Then with purpose, with control, bring those right fingers back to the mat. Lift the right knee. Bring that right foot round. Pop the toes down and stretch back into downward facing dog. Whew, well done. I find that a tricky transition. My little wobbly hypermobile shoulders aren't too keen on it sometimes, but I find that practicing those kind of transitions really help to build that strength and stability that helps my hypermobility. So for those of you who feel lovely and strong in their shoulders, I hope you enjoyed that. For those of you who are more like me, who need to work on those kind of transitions more, I hope you found some joy in it so that you can practice those a bit more and find more strength and stability. So we'll enjoy that movement forwards into plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or baby cobra. Exhale and lower. Press into the hands. Sit back to the heels. Have a nice rest back, ancestral worship. Let the breath settle. Let the body settle. Your next inhale will draw the weight forwards towards the hands. Tuck your toes, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Into three-legged dog, float the left leg up into the air. We'll inhale, draw the left knee forward. Tuck that knee in and step the foot through between the hands. Back knee coming down, top of the back foot coming down. We'll sweep the arms up into your low lunge. Into your low lunge, into your crescent lunge. You get it though, I hope. Then hands coming down to prayer as you straighten back into Hanumanasana. Remember, if it helps feeling stable, turn the back toes in a little. Really press through that left heel to anchor through the left heel. Then we'll inhale, drawing forward, reach the arms up. Straighten through that right leg if you've turned the foot in. And then we'll open out to the left, opening up through the arms. Looking towards that left hand. Then lowering our left hand down towards the right leg. Right arm coming up and over. Great. We'll draw the arms forward. Windmill the arms down towards the mat. Our right hand is down in line with the left toes. We'll just turn the left toes out a little. We're going to pivot on the right foot, lowering the right hip down towards the mat. Then reaching the left hand towards the right foot. Press into the hand, lift the hips, reach the right arm, no, the left arm up and over. So again, you can pop the fingertips down, or if you like, keeping that left hand lifted this time, press into the outside edge of the right foot. And we'll see if steadily, with control, you can lift that leg up and pop the left foot down behind you, reaching back into Wild Thing. Send the hips up towards the ceiling, open up through the heart. With control, bring the left fingers back down, draw that left knee round, and step back, downward facing dog. Let your breathing recenter you. Then we'll inhale, rolling forwards. Elbows tucked in, lower down onto your front. Untuck the toes. Inhale, cobra or baby cobra. And one last time, really enjoy that lowering down out of cobra. We'll press into the hands, slowly sit the hips back towards the heels. Ancestral worship. Let the breathing settle. Let the body settle. From here, we're just going to walk the hands over towards the right, just until you feel a good stretch through the left side of the body. Walking the hands back through center and over to the left. Find the stretch through the right side of the body. Great. Walk the hands back through center. And slowly walking the hands up towards you. Come into kneeling. Just going to roll the shoulders back. And then rolling the shoulders forwards. Great. Then inhale, squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale and let them drop. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale and let them drop. And just once more, inhaling and exhale. Lovely. We'll spin the feet round and come to lying on your back. At this point, if you like anything warmer on, we're slowing down. We're going to come into a relaxation soon. So if you do want to pop socks on or jumpers on before we come to lying, so you don't have to get yourself back up again, then feel free. When you're ready, we'll come all the way down onto the mat. Taking a moment, just settling the body into the mat. And then with control again, so still thinking about that transition, that movement from one space to the next. We'll draw the right knee in, clasping around that right knee and hugging the thigh in towards the body. Upanasana. Maybe the left leg is bent, maybe it's straight. Find what feels best for you in this moment. We'll move into a little half happy baby. So with the right hand, holding on to the right ankle, foot, big toe, whatever feels best. You can always use a strap here too. Knee down towards you, sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. We're aiming for that right knee to come down towards the armpit. And with this pose, it can sometimes help to have a nice bend in the opposite leg, just to help tilt the pelvis back. Just bringing you a little bit further towards the stretch. However, if it feels okay, then have the leg a little bit straighter. You can have a little play around and find what feels best in this moment for your body. Great. We'll release that right foot and we're going to pop the right foot on top of the left thigh. Have the left leg stretched away if that's okay today. Right knee pointing up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Draw the knee across the body, twisting through the spine. Letting the right hip lift off the mat. Right hand could be resting on the ribs, or you could take it out at shoulder height. And gaze either up or looking over the right shoulder. Let the body settle into the twist. Notice the breathing expanding into the right rib cage. See if you can feel that breath all the way to the back of the body. Your next inhale will slowly draw back to center. Lengthen the leg away from you along the mat. Just take a moment to recenter. Check in with the legs. Notice the difference between the two legs. Then we'll draw the left knee in. Clasping around the left knee, hugging the thigh down towards the body. Notice the breathing start to slow as we're coming into the more relaxing part of the practice. Then we'll come into that half happy baby. The left hand taking hold of the foot, ankle, big toe, whatever works for you. You can always use a strap here too. And again, have that play around with what feels best for your right leg. One side of the body can often feel different from the other. And so we adapt a stretch to suit that side of the body. And just because it's not the same as the other side when we did it, that doesn't matter. You work in the moment that you're in. We'll release that left foot. Rest the left foot on top of the right thigh. Have the right leg straightened away. Right hand to the outside of the left knee to draw that knee across the body, twisting through the spine. Let the left hip lift. Notice if the left shoulder wants to lift off the mat. If it does, don't worry, just try and encourage it back down, and maybe just don't draw the knee quite as far across. Try and keep the shoulders snuggled towards the mat if you can. But if there's a little lift, don't worry yourself too much. Just find that twist through the spine. Breathing into the left rib cage. Right the way to the back of the body. And with your next inhale, draw that knee back to center. Lengthen the left leg away. Take a moment just to rearrange, settle the body. Maybe taking the feet out a little wider, let the toes roll out. Hands resting on the center or a little way away from the body, palms facing up. Coming into Shavasana. If lying flat on your back doesn't feel right for you today, then bend the knees, adjust as you need to, or maybe sitting is better today, in which case, choose what feels best for you. Let the eyes gently close. Draw the awareness in. Checking in and noticing how you're feeling within yourself. With no judgment, no expectation, just awareness. See if you can recall how it felt at the beginning of the practice. And just be aware of any changes, again without judgment. Whatever stands out the most for you in this moment. Is it how you feel mentally, physically, emotionally? There's no right or wrong, better or worse. Just notice. And then gently start to bring the awareness to the breath. And again, notice that movement from the base of the inhale to the top of the inhale, and from the top of the exhale to the base of the exhale. Let your awareness be filled with that transition, that flow from one state to the next. Much like the flow of life. Sometimes we get caught up in reaching the next point, the next goal, the next destination. And we don't spend time in that movement to and from. And there is real joy to be found in that movement to and from. So as you head out into the rest of your day, the rest of your week, wherever you are in your day, see if you can spend a little more attention, a little bit more awareness on the transitions. Those transitions through your life and through your day. And find some extra bits of joy in those transitions. Slowly start to draw the awareness back out, noticing the sounds around you. Notice the feel of the body against the mat. Slowly starting to bring movement back into the body, wriggling fingers, wriggling toes, circling wrists, circling ankles. Taking a nice big stretch when you're ready, lifting the arms up and overhead. Stretch right through the body. And then drawing yourself into a nice tight ball, hugging the knees in. Give the spine a bit of a rock. Rocking onto one side and just resting on one side for a moment. And then nice and gently, when you're ready, pressing all the way up to sitting. Keeping the eyes closed for now if that feels okay, but don't worry if you've opened them already. Find your way all the way up to sitting. We'll bring the hands to prayer in front of the heart. Just gently bow the head. And take one last full, powerful breath. Great. Om Shanti. Thank you for practicing with me today. Hope you enjoyed the practice, and I can't wait to practice with you again soon. Please do subscribe to the channel and like the video so you'll always know when there's a video coming out, so you can come and practice with me anytime. Enjoy the rest of your day.